Welcome to the Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. The only show dedicated to helping parents maximize their kids' experiences and for kids to reap the fun. Here are your hosts, the Bodacious family, Adam, Anthony, and Zachary.
Welcome. Let's go! Man, we're loud. Yeah. Nicely done. Welcome back to Bodaciously Awesome Family
Show.
Thank you. I am your host, Adam.
I am your host, goal scorer, electrifying Zach.
You are also, as of today, known as the Flying Squirrel, but I'll get to that. That's a spoiler alert for later in the show.
Yep.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Bodaciously Awesome Family
Show.
And, remember, you can find us anywhere you can find podcasts. Today,
Sell everywhere.
They're there. It's sold everywhere at all fine newsstands.
Yeah.
Today, Zachary, what are we talking about? Because today's is not necessarily like a theme park or a movie or anything like that. We're talking about something a little bit more fundamentally kid-like. What is it?
Soccer.
We are talking about soccer, but what? Like, we're talking about playing today. We're talking about the act of going, being on a team, and playing soccer.
Competitive soccer, Florida Hawks.
So we are talking about competitive soccer. So here's the situation. I want to set the table for people. I'm going to ask you some questions about this. You ready?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So you've been playing soccer for a while now.
Yeah.
A couple of years.
I think so.
And you like it.
It's really fun.
And you think you're kind of good.
Kind of.
You're kind of good. I think you're kind of good. So you've been playing both soccer and football. You've also dabbled in other sports occasionally. You're an all-around very athletic child.
Yeah.
And you started getting to the point where it's time to start saying which you can still play in many sports as you get through, go to grade school and high school and whatnot. You'll have opportunities to do that, but you got to start pinpointing a sport you may want to specialize in.
Yep.
And you
I
said
did that. Soccer.
And you're gonna play soccer, right? So we're going to talk this episode today is talk a little about your playing past and now in your playing future. Because what did you do this week that was a bit different?
I made the competitive travel team.
You tried out and you did make the competitive travel team. And was that a big deal?
Oh, that was a huge deal.
Why?
Because I've been working up and I've been doing a lot of practices and stuff and I finally got it.
Yeah. So I want to give some parents and kids some tips on how we helped get you there, right? Because I think that if you just were to last year, just to randomly try it out, I don't know how I would have gone.
I think I might get. No, I don't think it depends who was trying out last year.
Of course. But I think that we did some things this year that set you up for better success.
Definitely.
So when I talk to you about this a lot, I tell you about how to set yourself up to avoid accidents, right? Mm-hmm. The other thing is set yourself up for success, right? That success ultimately is that intersection of opportunity and preparation. If you are not prepared or you don't see the opportunity, you can't capitalize on it. And so my job, or one of my jobs as a parent, is to help you not only get prepared, but then to see those opportunities. And I think now we have one, and you'll be able to seize it and be outstanding.
Definitely.
So, all right, can you tell me what some of the things that you've done over the last year to get your game up to the next level? Because I'll already say that in the league that we're in, you're really good. Our team is fantastic. We are 8-0 this year. We were 10-0 last year. We were 10-0 the season before. The 9-1 the season before that. So we're on a 28 game winning streak or something. So we're really good, and you are obviously one of those keys. But what have we done to make sure that you start standing out and getting your skills ready to make this next leap?
Lots of practice.
And what kinds of practice?
We've done our team practices, and then I practice a lot by just getting ball control by kicking it up to the stairs 30 minutes a day.
You do. So, and I'm not going to say it doesn't drive me a little crazy at times, but it does. But it's worth it. So, yeah. So the first rule, right, is practice. And so you have team practices. We practice once a week. And that definitely helps. But, yeah, you've then taken it upon yourself. And this is a completely all you thing. Now, you also, there's 3 soccer balls in our house. Just lying around our house all the time.
Yep.
And those 3 soccer balls collectively are all kicked each day.
Yep.
And you will dribble around the house, you will do toe taps, and then, yes, you kick the ball against the stairs and do, like, repetitive touching back and forth to yourself a lot.
Coach Anthony told me to do it, 5 minutes a day, do 30, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah. So, okay, well, that's our next question then. All right, so who's Coach Anthony? Because I think that's the next key that we've done is utilizing someone like Coach Anthony.
Private lessons.
Yeah, so the competitive team that you're going to has a series, has a whole bunch of coaches, and you have done some one-on-one lessons with them to sharpen any skills.
Well, Coach Anthony isn't on that team.
Well, but he's in the league.
Yeah.
And so what kind of drills have they given? So Coach Anthony and Coach Rakeem, what kind of drills have they given you?
They've
Can you
given
describe
me
some?
one-touch drills to get around defender. They've given me some box shooting drills. I can't remember all of them, but a lot of drills.
There's also been a lot of agility drills. A lot of things where you're running backwards, you're getting up, you're running different directions. Like the games of tag, things that force you to change directions a lot.
Definitely.
I think that's definitely because you're already you're incredibly speedy, and this has made you quicker as well.
Yes.
And okay, so we've had lots of practice. Now we've had private practice as well. We've done those about once a week, trying to help you get you that. Here's the other thing. And here's the extras for parents out there. This is the extra key here to that one is that we've worked with 2 of those coaches, and both of those coaches are coaches in the competitive system. Even if they aren't necessarily the coach of this team that you're going to, they know that coach. And now you've been known, they know who you are, and they know how hard you work and how good you are. So that when you got to tryouts, even though you'd never been on the team before, your name was known.
They knew who I was.
Huge.
Big thing, because they knew my name. Because I saw some kids, so they were like, "Hey kid, go over there," and they're like, "Zach, go over there."
Right. And even if they're saying "Hey kid, over there," it wasn't they're being disrespectful. It's that they don't know all the kids' names, and they obviously know the kids returning from the last year's team. But this put you in a new level because they weren't, they don't know the kids on the rec teams, but they knew you, and that's a huge thing. So as you get into this, right? For other kids who maybe want to try out for a competitive team, for the coaches to know your name before the tryouts, huge benefit.
Yeah.
I did the same thing when I was in high school. I wanted to play soccer, and I learned that the high school varsity soccer coach was also the cross country coach, and the cross country was in the fall and soccer was in the spring, and no one was on the cross country team. And I'm like, well, I'm going to join the cross country team because it gets me in shape for soccer. And the coach will now know my name. And that was very helpful, right? I mean, other kids were trying out, and coach just knew, them by reputation or whatever, but not, they actually knew them from a team environment. So a huge benefit that we were able to help kind of give you. Next one, this one's all you now. One thing that you told me is that the coach discussed with the team, whether it was after he picked his players and then that you made it or not, I don't know, but discussed with the current team, the one that was moving up, some of the new players. And you already knew a lot of those players from school, right?
I know 5.
Yeah, but at recess you all play soccer sometimes, right? Or they know who you were, like one was on your football team, but they know what kind of an athlete you are and how good you are in general. So again, you had name value.
Definitely. And name value is a big thing.
And so do you think that in having that, even in the tryouts, knowing those kids' names and being able to interact with them was helpful for you?
It definitely made me a little bit more comfortable, but no, not really.
So how do you think comfortability, why do you think that was important?
Because I don't get nervous and jittery and shy.
So when you were in these in the tryouts, do you think that one of the days you played looser, or less
Definitely.
uptight?
Wednesday I played great.
And what was the difference between Monday and Wednesday in terms of your anxiety or mindset?
I took shots.
But why was it different? Why were you more comfortable?
I don't know, because I was just so nervous. I didn't know what to expect on Monday, but I knew what I was going to expect and stuff, and I did great.
Okay. So you think having that, so the fact that tryouts were numerous days, that second day was a little easier for you from a comfortability standpoint, and knowing some of those kids allowed you to be more comfortable around them.
Yes.
So you think that if you went to a different competitive team where you didn't know the kids,
I think I would still make it.
Do also, if you didn't know the kids and you didn't know the coaches, do you think you'd still make another? Yeah, again, everything else stayed equal. Do you think you'd make a different competitive team?
Yes, because that is the best competitive team, like U11 in our state.
That's true too. And but again, it comes down to your own practice too, right? All of these are keys to that success, right? It's opportunity meeting preparation. And you've taken the opportunities that you could and you've prepared yourself the best you can. And part of it is going to practice on a team. Part of it is your own individual practice. Part of it is hanging out with those other kids and getting camaraderie. Part of it is working with those coaches, right? So you've done a whole bunch of things that have all kind of added together to give you the preparation that you need.
Definitely. All those parts are very important.
So now, do you think you're done? Like, are you satisfied?
I'm satisfied, but not done.
There you go. Why is that? What's left to accomplish?
Get better.
That's right. Why?
So I can stay on the team.
So, yeah, well, yes. But here's the other thing that I don't know if you've gotten this part yet, is that now you're on the team, right? Mm-hmm. Great job. High five. We were all excited. And the season doesn't start now for a few months. So you have a few months to get ready. But you are guaranteed a place on the team. You are not guaranteed a place in a game.
That's true.
Right? I mean, so even though you may not start, you have to work into that because, the coach will know a lot of those other players. Again, I think that you're good enough that you'll be able to break through that. But especially in the early going, you may be that sub in because he'll go with some familiarity before he starts breaking in, changing the team around. So you have to now work. You can't rest, right? You have to keep working because now you gotta plow through to the starting line.
Definitely.
Do you think you can?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You don't stop.
Nope.
No stopping you.
No.
Okay. One more thing that you did, and I know I pushed you on this a little bit, but so for Christmas you got the dribble up, right?
Yep.
And I know you don't love it.
No, I don't.
But do you see how it helps you?
A little.
Yeah, I do. So the dribble up is a soccer training tool. There's also a basketball one and a workout one.
Boxing.
Yeah, there's a boxing one. But basically it allows you to have a tracker and a soccer ball, and then you get guides and like footwork drills that you can do on your TV, and it actually tracks the ball. It's actually kind of cool. You have a little bit of anxiety around it because you're trying to make sure you're hitting the right numbers, which I get. That is kind of anxiety producing. But I've seen you in games do things from those drills and just absolutely confuse kids. Like you're pulling the ball back, doing the triangle. You move the ball like you hit you with your feet 10, 15 times and don't go anywhere, and they just fall over confused like a robot who you've ripped out the sensors of.
Yep, that's actually a pretty good demonstration of it.
Yeah, that's happened.
Definitely, a lot of times.
All right, so all that's come together, and that's really kind of awesome. Along the way, also, by the way, we've seen the U.S. men's national team. We watch soccer on TV, right? So you're kind of all in soccer in a lot of places.
Definitely.
And so we've talked about your team here a little bit today. So today's game, I do want to mention the Flying Squirrel.
10 minutes of offense time. I'd like to point that out.
Do you? Well, you have tryouts again later today, so I'll save you. I was making to make sure you had energy. And you did a football game last night. I got to make sure you're ready for your last day of tryouts. Here's my question. Did you hear me call you the Flying Squirrel?
Yes.
Because I yelled it across the field. Do you want to describe this play or shall I? I'd like to hear your description. Use big descriptive words. Tell me about this amazing feat from Zachary the Flying Squirrel.
I dived and hit the ball, and then I fell, and then I jumped again when I was on the ground to block another shot.
Okay, I'm going to do this with a little bit more description and narrative and excitement because that, no offense, was boring.
It wasn't that good.
If you did that, like you're like narrating this soccer video, like, oh, I jumped up and fell, and I'd be like, man, changing that channel. But let me tell you how it went down.
It wasn't that cool.
It was amazing. These other parents cheered.
I could hear. There was a lot of applause.
There were, yeah. So you were in goal, and again, which is not your favorite position, and you're in goal, and the other team has the ball, and they get by a defender, and they take a really good shot, and you're off your line a little bit, not playing like where you're exactly where you should be. They had a really good angle on you. They take a shot, and the shot's over your head, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good shot, and so you're on the left. You're on the right-hand side of the goal. The ball's over your head towards the middle of the goal, and you leap backwards, and with both hands, and knock the ball down, like, just above eye level, just above head level, right, as you leap forward. But you don't grab it. You can't grab it. It's shot too well. And so the ball then falls, and you kind of bounces out in the middle of the goal a little bit, right into, like, the goal box. And one of our players doesn't get to it, and another kid on their team takes another shot. And as they're settling the ball for the shot, you're on the ground. You've dove for the ball, and you've hit the ground pretty hard. You, from the ground, leap back in the air, and again back to keep going to the left, because you realize where the ball is and where this kid's going to shoot. It has to, again, be to the left side of the goal, right? So, but from a prone position on the ground, you get like 4 feet in the air and diving full to your left before he takes his shot. He then takes his shot, and it hits your outstretched hands as it bounces from the goal. It was incredible. There was some cheering. Everybody, even the other team, was like, oh my God, I cannot believe what I just saw.
It was pretty good.
I want to find security footage from the field, because no one has this on video. No parents were recording, but it was amazing. It is seared in my brain for the highlights. I want to get this played on SportsCenter.
Okay. I'm good with that.
I like the enthusiasm.
I don't like goalie, so if I make a good save, I'm afraid you're going to put me in goalie forever.
I promise I won't. You know, I rotate people in and out of goal a lot. That will be your last foray into goal for this season.
Yep.
So don't you worry about goal again. Yes. You've done your bit for King and Crunchy.
Huh?
All right, anything else you want to say? So we're on the competitive. Next year, I'm sure we'll have some episodes about the competitive life, tournaments all weekend, driving gabillion miles all over the place.
Gabillion? Is that a number?
It is. It's a high one. It's going to be a whole new world for us. It's going to be very exciting and chaotic. I can't wait. Can you wait?
You know.
Are you excited?
Yes.
I mean, tell people you're excited. Be excited.
I'm excited,
I mean,
bro.
be excited. Feel like I'm the only one excited here.
I'm excited.
All right, everyone. We'll see y'all next week. We'll talk to y'all. God, bye.
Bye. Yeah.